Hi guys, I'm Angie. Welcome back to my channel. We are gonna make something really cool today. So let's get started. I'm actually using my silicone mold today. We're gonna use this small heart here and this bigger heart here. So we're gonna start with the small one. Let me put my glasses on. I will pause you guys in between. I did find these at Hobby Lobby. Super cute, just little bears inclusions. And then we're also going to be using these iridescent kind of see-through-ish pink hearts in this piece as well. So we're going to put a little UV resin in our heart right here, in this little heart. That is where we start, in the little heart. Yes, I'm a poet and I do know it. Anyway, so we're gonna put this little bear face down. I know, poor little guy. Face down in this heart. And I'm going to attempt to look at him from the other side before I cure it to make sure there's no bubbles. I'm kind of pushing him down in there just to make sure he's in the resin, and then I'm going to cover it. Let's put these rest of these guys away. Aren't they cute? They're just the cutest little things. So cute. Okay, put those aside. Let me put some resin on top of this little guy here. Doesn't really matter how much resin I use with him. I mean, I don't have to fill the mold up, but I kind of wanted to at least make sure he's covered and that you can see that it's a heart shape, because that's important for this piece. It looks like no bubbles from here. So let's go ahead and cure that. Pause you guys. All right, that appears to be done. Okay. So while that was happening, I put some resin in this cup. I put just the tiniest bit of diamond dust in there. I don't know if you can tell, it's kind of shimmery, just a little bit. Diamond dust is just like a really light white powder, just to give it a little shimmer. So with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and add our pink glitter, our pink heart-shaped glitter, which I also got at Hobby Lobby when I was on my weekend off, around the 18th, 19th of this 18th, I think I went, of this month. If I can get it open, you know, we'll add some. I guess you guys might want to see that, huh? Now, technically, what I want to happen is for this to go behind and on the sides of the heart with the bear in it, if that makes any sense. I know I said it and I understand it, but I don't know, it came out a little wonky. So that's what that looks like. I'm not 100% sure if that's enough, but we're gonna test it and see. So here first, let's pop this little guy out. Look how cute. Oh, perfect. Look at that. So cute. Okay, now what we're gonna do with this, we're gonna put a little resin in our heart shape, which is right here. We're basically gonna put just a thin layer, just enough to set our little bear into, just to get him started. So I get my handy dandy toothpick and I just kind of move this around a little bit. To help get some of these bubbles moved and out, because I don't want them in my piece. I definitely don't want them in front of my little bear. And I still see one right here in the middle. I know, how irritating is that? Okay, I think we got them. We'll torch it, even though we're not supposed to put flames on silicone, but I also don't want... Okay, I'm gonna put our little guy in the middle. And I might just cure him like that, just so that he doesn't move. Because I want him where he is. Let's cure him like that. Well, yeah. I'll pause you guys. All right, I actually think that's long enough for what we got going on here. So, you know what, I may cure it from this side just to make sure it's good. Pause you guys again, sorry. All right, put that aside. Turn it back over, see our little guy here. Let's go ahead and put our pink heart glitter resin on the back here. We want to be careful not to add any bubbles along the edges, but we will go over it with our torch, but we're also going to go over it with our handy dandy toothpick just to try and get any bubbles moving that may be under there. Hopefully they'll come to the top. All right, that part looks good. I think I want to add some more though. That about fills up the mold to capacity. So we're gonna go ahead and let that be where it's at. We'll torch it. Remember, not supposed to torch these silicone molds because it dries them out and then they end up sticking to your resin, which I've been through several of these molds because I was using my torch, not the lighter. I was actually using my torch that I had gotten for my acrylic painting to pop bubbles before I got that one. Either one, you're not supposed to use it really, technically. I'm gonna let this sit for just a minute, so I'll pause you guys while we're doing that, just so the bubbles can raise up if there's any in there. All right, I think I'm pretty confident that all the bubbles have come to the top, if there really was any in that piece. That looks pretty good. One more time with the torch. Okay. Then I'm gonna, this is called a bail, silver bail, and this is what's gonna go on the back here to hold it onto a chain, make it into a charm, basically. Got one little tiny heart I don't want to waste. Put them right there. Okay, I'm done playing. Okay, let's go ahead and cure that, and then we're gonna pop it out and see what wonderful things we made. Pause you guys. All right. That seems pretty solid. I am gonna cure it from this side just to make sure it's done for 3 minutes, and then we will be back. All right, I think that's good. What do you guys think? Looks good. Should we unmold it? Look at how cool that is. Ready? Oh, it's so cute. Look at how sparkly with our little bear in the middle. And he's iridescent and he's right in the middle, right where he's supposed to be. I wanted it to show up more as a heart around him. I don't know if you guys can see that sort of a little bit, but it's not as pronounced as I would have liked. But he came out overall, he came out really cute. So now what we do is, he's pretty well cured. Usually if there's any edges that need filed, I'll file now. This one here is a little, has a little bit of a poke to it. I just use really emery boards and sometimes just lessen this edge a little. Just make it not as, and I just wipe it off. I mean, it's not, I don't think it's any big deal to leave it just like that. You can't really tell. There, see? Can't really tell. And then we've got the front, looks really good. I'll clean it off, of course, but let's go ahead and put the bail on just so that we're, now when I do this, I just get I use the Gorilla Glue. Some people use the E6000, I think it is, or something like that. But that takes a long time to dry, and I like to make sure my pieces are done and ready to go. Here's our bail. I just put like a little line of super glue on there. The hearts are the easiest to line up, I think, with the bails, because it kind of just falls right into the middle. And then I just point the bottom of it towards the middle of the, you know, towards down here, this little point. And usually I get it pretty straight. That is spot on, if you ask me. So that's pretty much it for that one. That was easy peasy, that was fun. Adorable little guy in the middle there, super cute. It came out really cute. Thank you guys for being here. I love you. I hope you have an amazing, amazing Sunday, and stay tuned. We will do this again really soon. I love you. Bye.